I think from childhood time, the main focus was becoming successful as an illusionist magician, at the same time being very successful financially. And I was really unhappy. I mean, just miserable, unhappy, which you don't realize that you are, because you're just basically just trying to grab something that really is just an illusion. I never really had a relationship with my father. Right? It goes back to my father and mother. We're pretty much separated but living in the same house from early childhood. We never talked about God. God was never an interest on his part. You bring up God and he goes, don't bother me with that. During the last few months of his life, he used to complain, and my mom used to complain about him not closing his eyes, that he couldn't sleep. It was during that time that they were medicating him and he still couldn't sleep. He said, when he closes his eyes, he sees, like animals. And then he talked about one particular animal that was talking to him that had horns. And my eyes just popped. I mean, I was like, and if you understand my father, he never talks this way. He never believed in ghosts, doesn't go to church. I don't even think he knows what the devil is. It was at that point that the hospital, my siblings, relatives, they brought in a hand healer. They brought in positive people, positive speakers that could just motivate. You gotta believe in yourself, and holding, whatever different kind of charms. I saw psychic situations. I saw priests. And as soon as when they leave, he's back to the same situation again. He can't close his eyes. He can't sleep. I got really desperate because I saw he cannot take it already. It was so bad. So I called up Michael. He's a Christian, and he said, "Give me time with your dad." And Michael came out. He said, I prayed with him and he accepted God. I opened the door and my father was fast asleep. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I mean, he was sleeping. It was the first time I saw him sleep. That same night, he woke up about 3. I was up. God just gave me the words and I said, "Dad, I love you. And I heard you accepted Christ." He goes, "Yes, I did, son, and I love you too." And that was it. And he went back to sleep. I slept. We woke up in the morning, total change in his face. And it was at that point that I knew that God is real. If he can do it for my dad, who never went to church, who never read the Bible, who never did anything, and pretty much on his deathbed, accept God and change. Totally changed. I've seen his life change in an instant. He wasn't scared of dying. He wanted to go home. His color changed. He was holding the Bible all the time, all the way till he died. It didn't matter what I have, what he has, how many friends you have, how many acquaintances you have, what you did in your career. It really comes down at the end to, do you know your maker? I was taking my dad to church, and then I started to get into Bible studies. I started to listen to Michael.
I've known John for over 30 years, and every little situation back then was, he would fly off the handle, just angry at everything. But since he's come to know the Lord, he's calmer, he's peaceful, wiser with his words, and he's gracious.
Materialism doesn't matter. For me, fame is important right now. We all have our frailties. I still have ambitions sometimes. I still have doubts. We still have all of these situations. The main thing is to move forward, trust God, and just keep moving forward.